A lot of information is trickling in right now. The image is becoming more and more clear as to what exactly happened. Help our viewers understand where the impact was, which are the high-risk areas, and also what's next for Japan at this point in time.
Right, Ashish. In fact, if we can just start and we can get the map here right behind us, I'll show you where the epicenter has been and what really the impact is. This is Noto in Ishikawa, and this is where the epicenter is in the Ishikawa prefecture, and all the metro lines transport from Ishikawa or Noto to Tokyo have been stopped for now. In fact, Prime Minister Kishida has gone ahead and given an alert that there could be more earthquakes which may really strike that area. There may be more tsunami waves, so people have to be extremely careful, is what Prime Minister Kishida has actually gone on to say. And this entire belt, if you look, this particular area of South Japan is where you have a blue alert as well. But this entire coast, if you could see, the coastline is a yellow zone, which means that this is a tsunami advisory which has been given across this Japan coast. Since 2011, this is the biggest earthquake, the strongest earthquake to have hit Japan as such. And this is huge for Japan. But if you look at Noto, since 1985, according to officials, this is the strongest earthquake to have hit Noto as such in Ishikawa. There are also reports of 2 nuclear nuke plants that have been affected in this particular earthquake in this particular region, in the central region, but that there has been no irregularities in the operations whatsoever. Is what the regulatory authorities have gone on to say. Supply lines in several parts have been affected, particularly the power supply lines. Necessity services in some areas in Ishikawa have been critically affected. There have been building collapses which have been reported from Suzu right next to Noto. So the large aftermath consequences at this point seems to be centralized around Noto. If we can get you some visuals also, this is in Ishikawa that the initial impact of the tsunami wave can really be seen, the details of which are yet to emerge. But Prime Minister, and if you can also get those visuals right now onto a screen, you'll also get to understand what the impact really has been. And Prime Minister Kishida again reiterating that this is not just one-off incidents. There could be a series of earthquakes. What is very important, though it's the strongest earthquake to have hit Japan, particularly the strongest tsunami alert that has come out since 2011 in Ishikawa, Noto particularly, it is, for that matter, the strongest since 1985. So Japan is really getting up for some of the worst. Look at the impact when in this particular visual which is coming, which was recorded by somebody who was traveling at a train in Ishikawa. You can literally see the entire the place timings and the nameplate that was there completely shaking viciously. This is one of the fires which seem to have broken out in Waziwa region in Japan soon after the quake that was reported. This is where you see the initial aftermath of the quake and the wave that seemed to have hit this coastal region of Ishikawa. This shows you the intensity and the extent of the shaking that was seen. Multiple earthquakes, around 20 to 30, that have been reported in different parts of Japan. The worst seems, at least in terms of warning, it seems that it's not over yet. Japan gearing for something that is being projected as a series that may really strike over the next few hours. But for now, central Japan is where the aftermath focus really seems to be. Ashish?
Right, Sneha, of course, a very insightful map there helping us understand where exactly the impact is, what are the high-risk areas, but also, Sneha, from what you were pointing out, from what we understand at this point in time, 21 earthquakes is what we are talking about. But again, at the end of the day, all of them seem to be concentrated in one particular region, and that will only maximize the damage that has been caused. Also help us understand the damage that has caused, that this is likely to cause beyond Japan as well. We're also seeing how Russia started evacuation in the Sakhalin island as well, and multiple places across Japan also have been sounded alert. So help us understand the impact in Japan and also beyond Japan that this particular earthquake, in fact earthquakes, could potentially have.